Haskins, the Chief Operating Officer here at Knightberry Title, and you might be asking yourself, what is Knightberry Title? What's title insurance? And that's a fair question. It's something I get all the time. So let's do what most people do when they don't know something. Let's go to Google. As you know, when most people type a term into Google, it returns the most requested term. So let's see what people are asking about by typing, what is title insurance? And now you can see what happens next. These are the most popular things people are asking about in the country. What's a policy? What's a commitment? Who pays for it? There, let me tackle that. First, what is title insurance? Title insurance is a product, but really it's a process. When you buy a home, there are several key things you need to know about that home. And I'm not talking about like the brand of refrigerator or the age of the roof. I'm talking about stuff related to the ownership, because if you're buying a house, it seems to me that you need to know who owns it legally, and that's the title. We know who owns the title because we search through the records, the public records at the courthouse, to determine the ownership. Some other things you want to know, other than just who owns it, are, does the seller owe any money on the home? Because things like mortgages and taxes stick to the real estate, and they don't necessarily stick to the seller when they move. So you kind of need to know if the seller is going to have any debts on the house that need to be taken care of before they move out and you move in, because then they're your problem. This all happens at the closing. That process I was talking about earlier. This is where you come into the office and you sign documents and other things happen, and then all of a sudden you're the owner, and you probably have a new mortgage too, but all of the seller's stuff is taken care of. That's at the process called the closing. The other top Googled item was who pays for it. The real estate contract you sign will define this, and the contract usually follows a local custom in your state. So for Knightberry states, let's talk about Wisconsin and Minnesota and Illinois and Florida. Some of the states, it's customary where the seller pays the title insurance fees. Some of the states, the buyer pays the title insurance fees. It varies throughout the country, and heck, even in some of our markets in Florida, the seller might pay in one office, and then the county just next door is a buyer pay county. So it's best you let your real estate agent and your attorney help you through the contract and identify who gets to pay for the title insurance policy. Well, now that we know what title insurance is, let's take title insurance policy back to Google to see what else comes up. Title insurance P. Look at all these terms. It looks like people are curious about the premium. That's our fee for the policy. Premium calculator, how premiums are paid. Wow, it looks like most people are looking up things to do with the cost. So here's something you can do in our 4 states. Go to knightberry.com, ask just a couple questions about your transaction, and voila, an estimate of charges is displayed. Hey, look at you, you're an expert on title insurance, and now you know about who pays the cost and how to figure out what they'll be. You're ready to go out and sign that contract and get that closing tackled, and hopefully at Knightberry. So we're pretty good at this. We've been in business for over 165 years. My family's owned it for about 40 plus years. So I think we know what we're doing. I think we have the best staff in the country. My teenagers would be upset if I didn't say something like, don't forget to like and subscribe below, ring that bell, and share it with others. Yeah, that was really corny. You know, I'm gonna really regret doing that part of it. But anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.